Someone wants to know how good of a programmer I am. I made this operating system. I think my idea of a good programmer would be, for example, somebody made a sine function and a cosine function and a tangent function. I made a triangle function. It goes in a triangle, 0 to 1 to 0. This one goes in a triangle, 0 to -1. So who's the better mathematician? The guy who invented sine and cosine, or the guy who can outperform Wolfram Alpha at arithmetic? So here's some of my functions. Caw, it's like, or there's saw, which is 0 to 1. Full saw is -1. Caw is like cosine. Full caw. So this is my idea of what makes a good programmer. These are useful when you're doing animations and stuff. For example, well, just trust me. So that's my resume. I invented. I'll go down in the history books as inventing try. So once we establish what we aspire to, let's look at, now I named my operating system, or my company, Trivial Solutions. If you know what a trivial solution is in math, that's the one that's obvious and nobody cares about it. In my operating system, everything runs in ring 0. There's one memory map, virtual addresses set equal to physical. When I wake up in the morning, I try to be obnoxiously simple. If I can be obnoxiously simple, that's my mission statement. One platform. I do not support ARM. I do not support 32-bit. I just support 64-bit, x86. No security, no networking. There are not multiple drivers. There's just one driver for each class of device. I don't do PCI. 640 by 480. One font. I like one font. I hate messing with fonts. 8 by 8. The compiler extends all values to 64-bit for calculation, so you get some weird results when you're dealing with smaller sizes. It's unexpected. No object files, just in time. It takes half a second to you want to see how fast I can compile? Watch this. This is make all. Bam! Okay. Whole files are processed. It doesn't do parts of files. So you load a whole file. This allows compression, because compression can't be done incrementally. And I want my file system with just a bitmap, not... we just use Windows or Linux if you can't do something. We're not even attempting to be... The Commodore 64 was not used by NASA. That's ludicrous. That's a different purpose. Is that to say that it was any less important? Some people make, well, anyway, one language for the command line. I merged scripting. Well, I use one language. I hated Unix scripting. It's awful. It's like a DeVry Institute language. That's what I think of with Unix scripting. one editor browser for the command line. You can put graphics on the command line. No child windows, no distinction between thread, process, or task. Disk requests are not broken in pieces. Multi-core is done master-slave. Music is with one elegant, one voice. Tasks, namespaces, sometimes. I cut corners in a few places. I didn't do the full FAT32 bullshit with the small name, with the short names. That's temporary. I'm going to get Microsoft to support Red Sea. So once we establish what try is what I aspire to. I aspire to be the author of this function. That's my proudest function. Actually, I hate those homos who do Fibonacci recursively. They love those functional languages, and they're worthless. It just makes them feel smart. There are certain things that people have to show they know how to do. People love interrupts. It's not always easy to get interrupts working, so I fall back on polling. And in a debugger, you want to poll. You don't want to use interrupts for the keyboard, because that's, anyway. So we have different notions of, somebody said, when something is made by man, it looks like a skyscraper. It's manly. When something is made by God, it looks like a star. It's a whole different league. A star is made by God. A skyscraper is made by man. So I want to be a wise man. So I do hymns. I've tried to, what's funny? I used to think I had good communication skills back when I was a retard. Now that's what I like to do. Poetry. Let me see if I have any good... So I'm proud. My songs are what I'm proud of. So you know what I did? This is the culmination of my expertise. I made it so that you can make a file that's 409 hex bytes. And it has a graphic in source. Here's a callback for drawing. It plays with a single voice and it prints words. And this is the culmination. This is what I'm proud of. That I made the framework that allows you to make a song. Actually, not this one. How about... okay, fine. I have links. I don't have it's not internet links. BF is Bible Find Text. These are active links that jump into the Bible. So with a simple notation, you can spawn a task that, watch this. Now we go to the jukebox. We go to zip. So you have a task here that lets you look up documentation on your song. You want to let everybody know what your song is about the Bible. You have a window. You can print little graphics. Wise man use few words, not the king of nerds. So has a little. So this is how I want to spend my retirement. How about this? Love every second. So you can either be Stephen King or you can be the guy who wrote London Bridge is Falling Down. I don't know, something like that. Let's see.